Hi, my name is Claudette Pantney, and I am a 5th grade teacher at LaVerne Science and Technology Charter School, and I'm also a technology teacher lead. What you saw this morning was 4 different groups. The first group I was working with because they needed some more assistance with combining sentences and creating complex sentences. And so I used a Nearpod. I created a video that I found on LearnZillion, and I loaded it on Nearpod, and they were able to access it and individually, actually, and listen to it so that they could start creating their sentences. And I was tying that into the book that we are currently reading, which is Maniac McGee. Another group was working on their state report. I had created a Google spreadsheet on Google for them to access, and they were comparing and contrasting 2 states that they selected, and then after they researched the information, they would decide, or they will decide, which state they would want to live in. Yes, I want Mississippi.
Wait. Who's the second one? Pantney.
Arkansas. 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 Okay, well, we're not working on that right now. I'll be with you in just a second. Okay, you got it? Oh my goodness, just try to research it. The next group was working on a digital storytelling based on, once again, the story that we're reading, Maniac McGee, and so they went on storyboard that. I've created a classroom for them to access, and so they're creating a setting based on the book. So, and they're using 3 frames to identify and describe that one setting that they selected. The 4th group is on Thinglink, and that is a tool that's on the web for them to create a digital interactive images, and it's also based on the book that we're reading, and they have 5 different areas that they need to respond to. It's called Respond to Literature, but I'm also using the depth and complexity icons, so they are familiar with that, so they have to create tags that would identify the big picture, and details and patterns and multiple perspectives and what the rules are. So they're using the different icons to help them to develop their thinking on that story and go deeper with it. So that's what I'm doing. What you saw today is basically how my class is. There are different projects that they're working on. All of them are at different stages, and I believe that they really enjoy doing what they're doing. I know that I enjoy integrating the technology, and I feel that integrating to the technology is really enhancing, and it's transforming the learning that's going on in here, and it's helping the students to develop those critical thinking skills at a much deeper level. It's helping them also to collaborate with one another, and it helps with their creativity. Okay, so how I opened the class was using Kahoot It or Get Kahoot, and that is really a fun, interactive way of assessing their knowledge and how much they remembered on a certain section that they were supposed to read the previous night, and they get excited about using Kahoot. And Kahoot is at the lower level of the SAMR model because it's basically recall, but it's fun and it's interactive, and so it's really engaging. And so I also used Thinglink, which is really at the higher level of the SAMR model. It's redefining what we're doing in the classroom, because it's taking the students at a much deeper level. It's helping them to create, but also, most importantly in here, it's helping them to collaborate with one another. He was homeless. No. Let's say more about that, okay? All right, so you want to have another tag that gives details. Describe a character, just one character. Patterns. What patterns are you noticing in this story? What is happening over and over again? The rules. We talked about that briefly yesterday. What are the unstated rules? Okay, some of you caught on. So if anyone needs help, I think Madison has got it. Madison is the go-to person. Also, storyboard that is at the M and the R also, so it bounces back and forth. So am I always at the redefining? No, I'm not. Sometimes I'm at the very low end. I'm substituting or I'm augmenting. But it depends on the lessons, and it is up and down. It's not staying at that higher level. It is up and down, so, but I love it. But as you know, the goal for all of us, all of us as educators, is to get above the line, and that's at the modification or the redefinition. And so that is what really transforms learning, and that's what really deepens the thinking of the students. So even though we start low, that's okay, but we work our way up, and as much as possible, I try to stay above the line.